What's going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host Marcus. Please be sure to shoot that like button and subscribe to the channel, as well as shoot that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about the aftermath of Halloween Ends and touch on some important comments made by Rohan Campbell and David Gordon Green over the last couple of weeks in regards to the film. But before I get into it, let's hit that intro.
You are now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times! Okay, everyone, so it has been 2.5 weeks since the release of Halloween Ends, and though few fans do like the new direction this movie took with Rohan Campbell's character Corey Cunningham, a lot of fans have given it heated and negative backlash to this new direction with this character, with some even going as far as starting a petition for David Gordon Green to reshoot the entire movie. Now, though I do not like Halloween Ends myself, everyone, I've been on record saying this, I will say what is done is done. There's nothing we can do to go back and change it. David Gordon Green is not going to reshoot this movie. It is what it is. We just got to take this one on the chin, for what it is. And given some of these comments made by both men, Rohan Campbell and David Gordon Green, I'm inclined to think that this was David Gordon Green's plan for this Halloween trilogy all along. What plan is that, you may ask? The plan to pay homage to the first 3 Halloween films in his own fashion. The 2 reasons I believe this to be true is because in Rohan Campbell's interview with Variety, he mentions how he was cast for this role 3 years ago and how he is so happy and relieved that he doesn't have to keep this story a secret anymore, as well as stating that he was warned about the backlash that would come from fans for making his character Corey Cunningham the main focus in Halloween Ends and not Michael Myers. Now, what is important about Rohan's comments about being cast 3 years ago for that role is that David Gordon Green in his most recent interview states that he never intended for Halloween Ends to be a final showdown or a movie at all featuring Michael Myers and Laurie Strode's relationship. So, the question is, was this David Gordon Green's plan all along for this Halloween trilogy? To have 2 movies in Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills feature Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, and then the last one to be its own entity that doesn't feature Michael Myers much at all and focus on a brand new character? Well, it's obviously yes at this point, but what I want to focus on is the why in this situation. Why would David Gordon Green do this story, and why would they continue to market the movie as a Michael Myers and Laurie Strode movie if that wasn't the case, if that wasn't what we were getting? The first why is because David Gordon Green is paying tribute to the OG 3 films of the franchise: Halloween 1978, Halloween 2 in 1980, and Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. The difference between David Gordon Green's Halloween 3 and the original Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is that obviously we have Laurie Strode and Michael Myers in Halloween Ends, David Gordon Green's Halloween 3, as opposed to Season of the Witch, which didn't feature Michael Myers or Laurie Strode. The only time we've seen Michael Myers in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch was on the TV for the ad for the 1978 classic movie. Ends obviously actually has both characters in the movie. Another thing to take note of is that Halloween 3 Season of the Witch didn't promote itself to be a Michael Myers based Halloween film. That was just everyone's assumption going into that movie, being that when you think Halloween, you think Michael Myers. Ends full-on promoted this as a Michael Myers-based Halloween film, only to not deliver on what it was advertising. This is why there has been so much backlash in the aftermath of this movie, and why the movie has started to plummet financially, suffering an 80% decrease from its box office opening weekend revenue. David Gordon Green has said in interviews that he stands by his decision for the story of Halloween Ends and the character of Corey Cunningham, and that though unintentional, that it does leave the door open for possible more films in this storyline. He also states that he's happy with this movie because he feels like he made it his own. The issue that I have with this statement is that it's simply not true. He did not make it his own because we've seen this same formula done with the original 3 Halloween films, especially with Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Sure, did he put his own little light spin on these 3 films? Sure, he did, but nothing he ultimately did with this trilogy was anything different from the original 3 films. It's safer to say, in my opinion, that David Gordon Green just paid homage to the original 3 films more than actually making a trilogy that stood out or truly put his own imprint on. I feel like it would have made more sense to end Michael and Laurie's storyline in Halloween Kills given what we got in Halloween Ends, but that will be a conversation for a later video. But okay everyone, that is it for this video. Be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you feel on David Gordon Green and Rohan Campbell's comments on Halloween Ends over the last few weeks, as well as let me know what you feel on David Gordon Green's comments on making this movie his own. Do you believe that he did make Halloween Ends his own movie, his own entity, or do you agree with me that he just followed the same formula that was done many years ago with Halloween 3 Season of the Witch? Once again, this is I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host Marcus. Be sure to shoot that like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. It helps out the channel a ton. As well as shoot that notification bell so you get all the notifications to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and Facebook. Thank you all for watching.